Hey guys, it's Avery. So today I tried out a dupe tested video. I tried out actually this is the real one, the bronze palette from Kylie, and I tried out a dupe with it. This is my tried and true palette. This is my everyday palette, and I really love this palette. It's probably one of my favorites. It's a really nice palette and I really recommend it to everyone. But I tried out the dupe tested one to see if it was as good as the real one. Actually, I'm not going to tell you which side is which, but make sure before this video starts, make sure you comment what side you think is which one you think is the dupe, which one you think is the real one before I announce it, which I probably will in like a couple seconds. But make sure you guys subscribe to my channel before you leave and like this video. And yeah, without further ado, let's get on to the video. So here are them together. This is the real one and this is the dupe one. Obviously this one looks nicer than this one since I've never used it before, and this one looks more used and loved. The colors, I think they look pretty much the same. There might be some shade difference, but that's okay. The dark one, or the black one, actually looks darker in the dupe one, but we have to see if it's more pigmented. I'm going to go do each side at the same time so I know which color to use so I can remember for both. But yeah, I'm first priming my eyes with the Master Prime from Maybelline just as a base to make it last longer so they each have a fair equal shot. By the way, my face makeup is already on. I did that on my Instagram story, but if you're watching this and didn't see my Instagram story, then you probably won't have the chance to, because I'll be posting this way after I'll be posting my Instagram video. So first I'm taking my favorite shade in the palette. Well, I don't know about the dupe one, but in the real one it's my favorite shade. And it is this transition shade just because it is the best transition shade. And I'm also using that with my real one. And it looks like this, which basically looks the same. I'm just going to apply that with a little bit of a definer brush, but I'm obviously going to be using different brushes for each side so they each don't have pigmentation from one. I'm going to be using my right side as my dupe side and my left as my real side. So I'm just blending that into my crease for a little bit of definition. And now I'm doing it on the real side. So far they look pretty much the same, except this one was kind of hard to blend out. It looks a little bit, how could I say, patchy kind of. It was a little bit harder to blend out over the primer, and this one, the real one, was nicer and smoother. So then for a little bit more definition, I'm going to be mixing these two shades right here that is on the dupe, these two shades on the real. By the way, I'm only showing you guys it on the different palettes, which two shades on the different palettes, because I dropped my when I was on vacation in Florida this year, I dropped my real one and the shadows came out, so I don't know if I put it in the right order. Hopefully I did, but just in case, I'm showing you which is which. So one thing I do tell, which is a pro for the dupe, is that it's less powdery than the real one. The real one is quite powdery, which is kind of a downfall, but it's still really pigmented. And I'm just going to blend that into my crease. Yeah, the real one is definitely a little bit more powdery, as you can see. So far, I think the real side is slightly more pigmented, but this one still has some pigment. It doesn't really look that different. So this is Brooke, one of my sisters, and she just came into my room for no reason. I could tell with these two shades that in the dupe one, it's a little more grayish than in this one, the real one, it's more warm toned. And I'm just applying that to my outer corner. And now with the real one. Okay, so I could see that this is a little bit tricky to blend out. And also when I first applied it, I also had to dip my brush in quite a few times into the product, rather than with this one. I only had to do it once, so the real one is definitely more pigmented. Since this real side is also more pigmented, this color is a little bit tricky to blend out. I don't really use that color in the palette. I use more of the later transition shade, so I wouldn't really have a lot of experience. But they're both pretty hard to blend out, so I wouldn't really give each of them a winning prize or whatever, but I think the real one is way more pigmented. So then I'm going to be taking the black shade in each of the palettes and also apply that to my outer corner. I mean, it applies well, but I also had to like coat my brush quite a few times because this wasn't going onto the brush. So the color on the right side is more pigmented once again. Okay, so I blended them both out. I feel like this one looks a little bit more trashy because I think this brush that I've been using with the blending brush has a little bit of sparkle in it, which I don't really like. But they both blended out pretty easily. The real Kylie Cosmetics palette had a little more pigmentation in the black color, but we still have quite a few colors to test out. So we are going to be trying out the shimmery color for the lid. I don't know if you guys can see, but the dupe side is pretty much way more shimmery than this side, which is the real side. So I don't know if that really is going to look the same. I'm going to hope for the best though. I'm actually going to apply with my finger because I always apply shimmer shades. Actually, it looks pretty pigmented, but I also usually apply my things with the shimmer shade. That has a lot of fallout. I could already feel the fallout shadow dripping onto my face, so the shimmery shadow has quite a bit of fallout. I don't know if it picks up on camera, but the dupe side is definitely more shimmery and glittery than the right side, which I don't know if I like because it has so much fallout, and I was applying it with my finger, which is like the densest brush I can use. So I'm going to pop on some liner and I will be right back. Okay, so eyeliner is done. It's time to go back into the palette. So for the under eyes, I'm just going to mix the transition shade and the one below it, and then this one, just smoke out that under eye. Oh, this is the real one, so I gotta use the real side. And I'm not being super precise with it. I'm just applying it. Then to end off the look, I'm just going to be using the only white shade in the palette. I'm just going to apply that to my inner corner and my brow bone. And I'm just going to apply... Oh wait, was that the real one? Okay, that was the real one. Going to apply it here. Okay, you could tell that's pigmented, so I'm having high hopes for the dupe. So then I'm going to pop on mascara, and then I will talk about my final thoughts. So basically, I think these pretty much performed almost the same. I think the real one was easier to work with since it's more pigmented and easier to blend. But honestly, if I never had the real Kylie Cosmetics palette, since it's my favorite, I wouldn't really know that this was a dupe. I would have just thought it was the same. I thought it was pretty nice for a dupe, actually. If you guys want to see more videos like dupe tested, then make sure you comment down below. But honestly, if you really didn't want to splurge on the $42 palette, I would just get like the $10 palette. It's worth it. So yeah, those are really my final thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and like and leave a comment which side you thought was better. But yeah, hope you guys have a great, wonderful day or night wherever you are. And yeah, bye!